Hi, it's Joanne. I am making a Christmas journal, and in this journal, I am going to attempt a hidden binding. I haven't done it before. Probably should have done a little more research on it, but I like to wing it. So here goes. I am using magazines. Mostly I used MaryJane's Farms. I'm also using some wax seals. This is the first time. Actually, it's the second time I've done them. I tried it on wax paper to see if they would come off easier, but next time I'm going to use parchment because when you peel them off, the wax paper likes to come along with it. But this was fun making the wax seals for the first time. I made a pile of them and then I put them in my stockpile for next time I need them. I don't have to burn my fingers because it gets a little tricky dripping the wax onto the wax paper, or it's going to be parchment paper next time. But this is the end results and I like it. Now back to the cover. I'm using a paper bag on top of this red ticking. I have a hard cover that I already took the stuffing out. And I am deciding here how to decorate the front. I'm not going to try to talk through the entire thing because I think it's better if you just watch. I'm trying to be quiet, but it's hard for me. So here I am again looking for some pieces to go on the back cover. Again, I've used a piece of magazine and I've got some little, I call them littles actually, and I'm trying to decorate that up. So and I like this. This is what I end up doing. Yep, so I like that. And I'm looking through my magazine pile that I've pulled things out of and looking for more words because I want something to go in the front. I'm not satisfied that it's done. So I find this. I start cutting this out. First I was just going to do a Christmas tree. And then I was like, hey, I kind of like the rest of that. So, and make a few things to go under it. I love homemade things. So it needed a little more, so I have been saving this crinkled up tissue paper, and that is just the perfect background for this sentiment. Pockets, little spot, little tuck spot. I cut these out of the magazine as well. Now the signatures and the hidden binding, which is the whole topic. I sewed all of my signatures and did a lot of different stitches. Now here, I've seen now, after the fact, I've seen other people take a cardboard and make it the width of that spine or of the book, and then use that and then cover it with the fabric. Well, I skipped that step. I just used the fabric. So I'm just marking my spots where I want to put the holes through for the binding as if this is my binding, and just trying to match them up. One of my signatures bigger than the other, so I'm trying to still match them because it fits the book fine. It's just that there were some pieces in the paper that I had in the signature in there that I just didn't want to cut off because I thought it would lose the integrity of the page itself. So I decided I could make two different size signatures, and as long as they were matched up, it would be fine. So that's what I was going for there. And as you can see, all these different stitches I used on my sewing machine. Some of them really look like cross stitch. So I was really, for the first time, using a ton of the different stitches and having fun with it. And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking I should have done some maybe some cross stitch right across that ticking. But all right, so I'm binding here. It's always a challenge. Make the holes big enough. And I'm going through the back instead of going to the front because I feel like that they're lined up. I could line up better that way. So it can be a bit of a struggle for me. Not a bit, a lot. It can be not even just a bit, but maybe a huge struggle at times. And when I put the 4 clips on, it seems to shift the papers. When I'm done, I'm so happy. And it all seems to work out, but while I'm doing it, it just seems like, oh, I mean, much better than the first day that I tried, but still. So just getting this thread through after making it about 2 3/4. I take the thread, the binding thread, and just match it up the width of the book. So it comes out to be like 2 3/4 of the width. So I'm doing this hidden binding. So I have to, put that down. So as always, go through the center from the front and then go down. Well, I'm not going to explain all of that. You can just watch it. So there's one done. And I've left the long binding thread because I intend to go digging around for some pretty beads or dangles tomorrow. But I just wanted to finish this tonight, get it posted in. So when I do bring this to its new home, there'll be lots of little pieces of book jewelry on it. So for the second one was a little bit more challenging as I split the thread. So splitting the thread is something you don't want to do, but it happens. And that's why you always have to keep checking back and forth, check, check, check. Because you don't want to do the whole thing and then find out that you split the thread. So just making sure this is as smooth as can be before I take it to the gluing phase. And I do a square knot here, right over left, left over right. And that's that. Okay, so another peek at it, as we do. Bend it a little because it's got to fit into that spine. So I'm using the 3-in-1 Fabri-Tac and I'm going to put in a ton of glue in here because I want this to be nice and secure. And I've made other books with, well, I shouldn't say I've made other. I think I've made a couple other books. I did a class with Amity Bloom, and she does a lot of gluing of these pieces. Not like this necessarily, but she does a lot of, you do a lot of gluing of these strips, which I'm not going to talk about her video because you have to take the class. So yep, using my bone folder to try to make contact with the glue and the fabric. And maybe this is where that piece of cardboard underneath would have came in a little handy for me, because the fabric is just so soft and flimsy. But it ends up working. I end up getting enough glue in there, and then I get my big dictionary and a couple of flat irons that are, I don't know, 5 and 8 pounds, and I let that sit and just glue together. And now I will do a flip through there. Okay, so for the flip through, this is what it looks like. Let's get into it. Made a simple closure. It's ready to be filled. So the hidden spine, there's no spine in there because it's all inside. Check out that wax. Love that. Okay, so again, I will include some ephemera when I send this off. I'll just show you. It's got pockets. It's got a little band in the front. I didn't overly pocket this because I wanted lots of space for writing, because this is a memory book, memory journal, Christmas. So you've got a few little spots where you can tuck things in and write your own little things. I could have covered this with sentiments, but I feel like everybody has their own sentiments when it comes to Christmas and their own way of documenting and celebrating. All my nice stitches that look like cross stitch. Made some paper a while back. And did we go past that already? Okay, no. Alright, so yeah, so these are pretty basic. I'll run through these kind of quick. These are all just a lot of journaling space. I've got my embossed paper. I embossed that. So I won't run through these because these are all coffee dyed and stained with I think alcohol stains. Tabs and Bradsboots. So some really fun papers that coordinate. And a little tuck spot there. Another. And I was trying to experiment with my artwork, and I still have some more, a long ways to go, let's just say. Okay, so there's 80 pages front to back, 80 plus pages. I don't always count these small ones. I threw in a couple of peanuts, a page or two of peanuts, because I thought it was cute. And I always think of Charlie Brown Christmas trees. So you'll be able to appreciate the different stitches when you go through it and you're doing it slower. I put some magazine pages in there. A little hidden spaces here and there for your journaling and eye pleasure. I think that's a good way to put it. Pocket. One of Edith Holden's pages. And there we go. Just like lots of different things to look at and places to journal. Lots of journaling spaces. Not as, I don't think this as decorated as my usual, but I did throw in some ruffles as another spot so that it would look nice this way. So that's it. It's gonna go in the Etsy shop right when I'm done with this. Hope you enjoyed it, and I, as always, appreciate a subscription because it just helps support me and lets me know that you like what I'm doing. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.